Hi, I'm Evan Graham. In this video presentation, you'll see the techniques for formalizing the fundamental obedience commands that are central to your dog's development. Well, and just throw our phone right over there. One of us is happy. Important that you understand these essential training principles as outlined on pages 11 and 12 of Smartwork for Retrievers Volume 1. Teach first, then force, then reinforce. Teach. The first and most important is the guiding of behavior and then rewarding it. This is vital for a good trainer to do their best. The fairest thing a trainer can do is to assure that his or her dog knows their job well before holding them to it as a standard. This requires time and exposure through repetition. Then there's force, which is widely misunderstood. But as you can see, Steve is a skillful trainer and applies an appropriate amount of pressure to this very sensitive dog without overwhelming her. The words force and pressure do not in and of themselves imply an amount. During this same session, Steve will demonstrate the third principle. Reinforce. Structured activity that upholds and supports established skills. Now, you've seen him do some teaching. You've seen him apply force or pressure. But watch and listen to this exchange. There are many ways to reinforce good behavior in your dog. It isn't done just one way. It's a principle, not a technique. We'll point out other places in training when this principle is applied as we go along. As we brought our puppies along, we taught them, conditioned them to relate to verbal commands and to relate those with uniform acts. Now it's time to formalize them, so we'll mostly be dealing with the force-reinforce aspects of the process. They should know what hear, sit, heel, kennel, and other standard obedience commands mean by now, and how they should respond. Your pup is entering his adolescence and will soon begin to question your authority if he hasn't already. That's why we now turn mere teaching into training. Before you begin your session, choose a location that's distraction-free and be sure you have your tools. Suggested equipment includes an e-collar that has both momentary and continuous settings if possible, or your own chosen forcing implement if you're not going to use an e-collar. I recommend 2 ropes, each with a swivel snap on the end, a choke chain or a flat collar, a pair of gloves, which are a must for all rope work, and something to loop the longer rope around, like this welded rebar stickman. Be sure to let your dog air adequately before you start. Then, using as few other commands as possible, put the shorter of the 2 ropes and your collars on the dog and lead him to where you're going to conduct your session.